Unpopular opinions about porn. Not everyone wants porn with incest. It boils my blood to how much porn today has incest in it. I instantly lose my interest in masturbating. Porn directors need to understand that not all people want to F their stepmom. A lot of us find it disgusting. If you like it, then there is some content for it. But every other video nowadays has stepmother, stepdad, stepbro, or the word stepsister in the title. Porn depicting girls showing their gaping buttholes is the lowest form of pornography and flat out gross. Edit, just so we're clear, men's gaping buttholes are not any more erotic than a woman's. Like, wow, a gaping asshole. Very cool. I just don't get it. It's like, hey there, here's my asshole for you to look at. What's that? You want me to pull it open even wider? Okay. I've gaped myself just for you. Upvote my butthole, please. There's nothing sexy about it at all. It's an asshole. Mia Khalifa wasn't manipulated into doing porn, she had fun doing it. Mia Khalifa is blaming porn companies for streaming her content when she was young. 21 actually. Perhaps she was young and she made a mistake. But only she is to be blamed for her actions. People loved jerking off to her and found her attractive. Those websites generated a lot of revenue from her content, so why shouldn't they stream it? At 21, a person is fully aware of their actions, and everyone knows once anything is on the internet it remains forever, unless you have millions of dollars to scrape the internet and delete everything about you. She knew that. She made only $12,000 doing it. If there wasn't much money, why did she continue doing it? She liked it. I would have bought into her lies if she was manipulated and told that she would get a lot of money, but that didn't happen. Edit, unsurprisingly, this post received a lot of hate. After going over stories of victims of sexual harassment, I have come to the conclusion that Mia was most likely manipulated into doing this videos. But she doesn't want to get rid of her past, and that's evident by the fact that she hasn't changed her name yet and continues to post lewd pictures on Insta. Some sources say she continues to go to porn parties or strip clubs, etc. Her videos should be taken down, and the owners of porn websites should be arrested, but Mia should stop being such a hypocrite about it all. No, FAP or anti-porn people are super annoying and have a very unhealthy view of sex and masturbation. No, FAP and anti-porn communities are so obsessive in their quest to convert everybody to their way of thinking, and they allow zero dissent. Porn and sex addictions are real, but is possible and likely for you to not become addicted to either just because you engage in them. This movement seems to be religiously based at its core, and its followers are just as annoying as fanatically religious folks. They are the preachy vegans of this decade. Women doing porn in public is not hot. They are sex offenders and should be treated as such. What the title says. Women doing nude scenes in public is not attractive. It should be treated the same as a man exposing himself in public. They are sex offenders and they should be taken seriously. Jerking off with imagination is better than porn. I'm not one of those guys who has a problem with porn. I love it. It's good shit. I'm extremely grateful for it. To be honest, most of it is crap and dehumanizing. But the concept is miraculous. I love connecting with the people, and I'm usually pretty grateful when I'm done. It's great, and I personally have never had issues with it, physically, mentally, emotionally, etc. And I don't watch weird stuff, but I am pretty nasty. I've got a wide variety of tastes. I'm married. 3 kids. And my wife is still the sexiest human on the planet to me. Maybe from time to time I questioned if porn was bad for my relationship. No conclusive evidence, and we've talked about it. I'm pretty secure in it. Despite this, I will often begin watching porn and then finish just closing my eyes and imagining my wife. I usually think about my wife when I masturbate. But even if I don't, I still think it's better than porn. With my imagination, I am free to create anything. And I can connect with the person better. Sex and masturbation both feel better when you imagine having a loving connection. Maybe you never see them again, but it can still be sweet and loving. That's why I believe jerking off with your imagination is better. You can really get into it. Next time you're jerking off, imagine the person you want to have sex with, and using your other hand, rub around and press on your body until you feel something that feels good. When it's just you and your mind and body, I feel like you can create much more powerful and satisfying orgasms. The mind is a powerful tool for masturbation. Twitter has a serious child porn problem and no one is talking about it. Twitter is full of accounts that post child pornography. By child pornography, I don't mean teenage users posting nudes, I mean actual videos of children being sexually abused. The accounts either post it, trade it, or sell it with other Twitter users. The most common ways people exchange child pornography on Twitter is with certain hashtags. The worst part is this makes child pornography extremely easy to access on Twitter by anyone. On the open internet. It was even mentioned in the news about how pedophiles were using the same method on Instagram. Instagram became aware of this and banned the hashtags that were used to exchange child pornography. Twitter has yet to do so. It is shocking to me that Twitter still has not banned these hashtags that are still being used till this very day. Canadian YouTuber Some Ordinary Gamers also brought this issue to light. This is a serious issue that Twitter must take action upon immediately. This has been an ongoing issue for years. I can prove this is still an issue because if you go onto the megalinks hashtag, you can still see people literally selling folders of CP. Nudity or pornographic content involving minors is a violation of Twitter's community guidelines. Even if it were not a violation, child pornography is illegal and should not be allowed to exist on any platform, especially without consequences. Morally, it is much better to read hentai than watch porn. When you read or watch hentai, you are supporting an artist who spent hours working on each individual frame and scene. Nobody is hurt in the process. When you watch porn, you are supporting a multi-billion-dollar industry that is notorious for taking advantage of women in countless ways, such as underage prostitution, rape, sex trafficking, and even suicide. Edit, as Dr. Lovejuice pointed out, men are also victims of the porn industry. Not only women. The blowjob scenes in porn videos get way too much screen time. First comes the story to let you know what the situation is, then the next 50% of the video is BJs followed by a few different positions that don't get enough time, and finally the cum shot. Some positions aren't even always included. If they're going to show the blowjob every time, which I always skip through because they should include the other main positions for an equal or almost equal amount of time. Missionary, boy on top, doggy, and please a full view and not just the dick and ass, cowgirl, knees or squat, and reverse cowgirl. Edit, I did my best to keep up with the comments and respond, but it's gotten away from me. Discuss amongst yourselves. Make some friends, make some enemies. Be Reddit. Love you all. 95% of porn sucks. I swear most girls I see on the street are hotter than your average porn star. And every porn video plays out the same way with the same sex positions and camera angles. Not to mention the awful oh f yeah, ooh shit, ah yes, ah. Why do so many people watch this shit? If you pay for porn, you are a loser. What can possibly be an argument for this? I'm creating jobs. I'm keeping people afloat with my payments. This? Really? That's what guys are saying? If you pay for porn, you are a loser. If you pay for live chats, you are a loser. If you pay for webcams, you are a loser. And even if you go to the strip club, you're still a loser. You lost. You lost money, you lost time. Because honestly, you're most likely just masturbating and you can do that not only with free porn, but also without porn at all. Yep. So, to conclude, if you pay for porn you are a loser. What's another argument? The videos are higher quality and more professional? That's interesting. So is your imagination if you know how to use it. You can spend your time arguing with me that paying for porn doesn't make you a loser, but really, do you pay for porn? Or are you just defending those who do? If the case is the latter, then you have little say in this argument. If you do pay for porn and you would like to make a counter-argument to my opinion, maybe that would be better use of your time than watching porn, and if it's not and you prefer to watch porn instead of arguing, then go ahead and open Pornhub Premium and forget about Reddit. Porn addiction is a massive epidemic in men that society is choosing to ignore. Porn is being promoted as positive and a sort of ritual for men these days. It's deemed by most as a positive pastime and to critique it will be met with scorn and many will see you as against sex positivity for doing so. It is seen by many as a private hobby with no harm to most, except some complaining about misogyny towards women in porn. However, as growing amounts of evidence show porn is having immensely negative effects on men. Many are becoming addicted to something encouraged and is safe by society. Men are having problems performing in bed with their partner, reduced libidos, fetishes they did not previously have which cause shame, seeing women as sex objects solely, having to watch more intense and degrading and even violent porn to get the same dopamine hit. Many men are also attaining erectile dysfunction where they cannot attain an erection without porn or even with porn. Studies into when people first locate porn shows most boys begin watching at around the age of 9 to 10. The beginning of their sexuality is being distorted and twisted in their formative years when they are vulnerable to an addiction they have no idea about. There are also studies showing that porn consumption causes anxiety and depression in its users. There are literally hundreds of thousands of men now coming forward, largely on the internet due to the stigmas of this addiction with their stories. How has this been received? Well, as a joke. An ex-porn addict went on TV and told a presenter telling him his addiction did not exist that his penis could no longer get hard. Academics researching this area have been mocked and ridiculed for their research. This problem is only getting worse, and if not addressed very soon will probably become one of the greatest concerns for our society on a social level. It will possibly reach an epidemic proportion as men and possibly their millions will be addicted to something very, very hard to quit, and the assistance in fixing this issue will be very difficult and very expensive. If you are a man who has a positive relationship with porn, then that's fine, but this post is to show the unpopular opinion being ignored by society. Check out NoFap and Porn Free if you want to see what men are having to silently endure at the moment. Edit, realized I fucked the title. My point was that if porn addiction is not addressed and started to be dealt with now, I believe in mere decades we could have an epidemic on our hands. Also, I swear to God I put this in the post, but if you watch porn and are not an addict, I am truly happy for you. I am also pro-masturbation and sex positive. My point is, for a sizable number of people porn is addictive, and this reality needs to be known, and we need to help porn addicts. I hope this clarifies everything. Also, thanks so much to the people who commented talking about their struggles with addiction or their struggles. Also thanks to those who gave me awards. This post hit the trending page, so it shows just how many people are impacted by this. I really hope we get the help and support we need. The increase and normalization of porn where women are in distress, pain, or afraid is harmful. The primary issue with porn is the human trafficking within the industry. But it's also a problem because of the type of porn that's being normalized, where women are being coerced, blackmailed, abused or degraded, and people, mostly men, are busting a nut to it. It's gross and often leads to those videos being carried into the bedroom, which is where you get guys getting upset and confused when their girl doesn't want to just try anal, or have her hair pulled. Whoever put the cast to TV button in Pornhub, there is a special one place in hell for you. It's pretty self-explanatory. I was watching some stuff on Pornhub and my fat ass finger hits the cast to TV button in that shit. Next thing I knew, I heard F moaning coming from the living room where my dad was watching The Mandalorian. I got caught and he just told me everybody does it and I shouldn't be ashamed. There is no F reason why a porn site should have a cast to TV button in the first place. I highly doubt someone wants to watch a Mia Khalifa double penetration session on Theater TV. And if you do, there is also a special place in hell for you too. In conclusion, porn is like a cheap-ass phone. If you're caught with it, you're gonna be hell of a lot embarrassed. NSFW, I don't care if my boyfriend watches porn and women that do care are insecure. My boyfriend has a much higher libido than I do because of the medication I'm taking for depression. As such, I understand that sometimes he needs to take care of things and I'm just not up for the task. I don't care if he gets off to another girl on a screen as long as he's open and honest about it. He watches porn. I watch porn. And sometimes we watch it together. It's helped our sex life as well because we know what each other likes and we have that open line of communication. That feeling that a lot of girls have that because their boyfriend watches another girl on a screen to get off means that they are insecure and have trust issues. I get both agreeing to limit it if it's getting in the way of sex, but most of the time when a girl asks her boyfriend to stop altogether, he's just gonna watch it behind her back anyway. Communication is key. As long as you have trust in a relationship, porn shouldn't be a bad thing for your relationship. Please like and subscribe, and tap the notification bell icon below to get notified of more Reddit DTS videos. This is RedditJoe channel. Your everyday Reddit.